A person who works in a library is called a librarian. Librarians are also known as information scientists. Information can be found in so many places that people may not know the best places to look. Librarians can help. They connect people with information. There are many different jobs that must be done to keep a library organized and up to date. Some librarians decide what materials should be in a library. These librarians are in charge of buying new materials. They also decide when to get rid of the materials that are no longer useful. Librarians organize the library. They make sure materials are easy to find on the shelves. They manage the circulation desk, which is where materials are checked out, renewed, and returned. Librarians are also responsible for collecting late fees and for handling interlibrary loans. Librarians help library patrons do research. Librarians work with patrons of all ages and help them find the right resources for their research. A librarian may specialize in a particular age group. For instance, a children's librarian or youth librarian must know about child behavior, children's literature, storytelling techniques, and the teaching of reading. A young adult librarians work with teenagers. This kind of librarian must be familiar with this group studies in school and the current youth culture. Librarians need a fairly extensive education. A person interested in becoming a librarian must first go to college to earn a bachelor's degree. This degree can be in any field. The next step is to complete a master's degree in library and information sciences. Some librarians may choose to further their education even more. They may earn another master's degree, even a doctorate, if they want to work at a specialty library, such as a law library or a medical library.
Hey everyone, my name is Michelle. I am the librarian here at the Darlington Library, and we are celebrating Read Across America Week. So I have two books to read for you today. Both of them are favorite authors of a lot of different people, and certainly of mine and my kids. The first book is one of my favorites. It is by Mo Willems. It is called Your Pal Mo Willems Presents Leonardo the Terrible Monster. Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anyone. He didn't have 1,642 teeth like Tony. That's a lot of teeth. He wasn't big like Eleanor. Wow, she can't even fit on the page. And he wasn't just plain weird like Hector, although I do like his hat. Leonardo tried very hard to be scary, but he just wasn't. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world and scare the tuna salad out of him. I didn't even know that was possible. Leonardo researched until he found the perfect candidate. Sam. Oh, doesn't he look sad? Leonardo snuck up on the poor, unsuspecting boy. There he goes, being sneaky. Oh my goodness. He goes, blogger, 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 grr, arg, ha, roar! And the monster gave it all he had. He put a lot of effort into that. Until the little boy cried. Yes, cheered Leonardo, I did it. I finally have scared the tuna salad out of someone. Uh-oh. No, you didn't, said Sam. Oh, yeah, replied Leonardo. Then why are you crying? I think we're about to find out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, here we go. My mean big brother stole my action figure right out of my hands while I was sitting playing with it, and then he broke it on purpose, and it was my favorite toy, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, and I got so mad I kicked the table and I stubbed my toe with the same foot that I hurt last month when I accidentally slipped in the bathtub after I got soap in my eyes trying to wash out the bird poop to, and that's why I'm sad. Plus, my tummy hurts. Oh, he's having a bad day. We get like that sometimes. That's why I'm sad. Now Leonardo looks sad. Then Leonardo made a very big decision. Instead of being a terrible monster, he would become a wonderful friend. Oh, he gave him a hug and he says, "That's okay." That's very nice of him. Oh, now they have new friends. That made both of them happy. But that didn't mean he couldn't try to scare his friend every now and then. Boo. The end. I love his books. This next one is by an author that some of you may recognize. It's Dave Pilkey. This is the author who wrote the Captain Underpants books and the Dogman books, which are very popular here at the library and very popular with my two boys at home. This book is called Dog Breath, the terrible trouble with halitosis. Dog breath does stink. There once was a dog named Hallie who lived in the Tosis family. Halitosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Halitosis had horrible breath. Whenever Halitosis opened her mouth, horrible things would happen. Oh my goodness, the fish died. When the children took Halitosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoid halitosis. That's when you know it's bad. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hallie jumped up to say hello. Oops. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. Uh-oh. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Halitosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. Let's see if that works. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hallie's breath away. Breathtaking view this way. But it didn't. Even the sun didn't like it. Next, the children took Halitosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hallie breathless. Let's see if this works. But it didn't. Finally, the children took Halitosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. Maybe third time's a charm. No, it wasn't. I think they all passed out. That's really bad. And that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle would save Halitosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Halitosis. "Yikes!" whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Ah, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. It's only a cute, fluffy puppy. I think they're about to find out. These two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. That dog couldn't hurt a fly, whispered one burglar. Here, Poochie Poochie, come here, whispered the other. So Halitosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. Slurp. The next morning, the Tosis family woke up to find the two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. How about that? Never thought bad breath would be a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the two crooks, and soon Halitosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. Because life without Halitosis just wouldn't make any sense. Get it? Sense? Like your nose? Get it? Isn't it funny? Okay. All right, well, those are my two books for today. I hope you enjoyed them. Please stop by the library, any of your libraries, to find more books that you'll love to read with your family or to read by yourself. We've also got ebooks, DVDs, all kinds of great things, wonderful programs on our Facebook page. So please be sure to like and follow us and come by and see us sometime. We'd love to have you. Thanks. Bye.